anyway, we're talking about what happens if you are on benefits. You're getting benefits, and now you get an unexpected bonus. It's an inheritance, something like that. If you have a question about this, give us a call 616-774-2424. And that's any legal matter. We don't discriminate here. Oh no. All questions need apply. Anyway, the setup is I can I have my inheritance from my brother's death put in my daughter's name. So he wants to commit fraud right off the bat, right? She has the power of attorney, right? I receive disability and a housing discount, probably Section 8 housing. How can I keep my benefits intact and have the inheritance as a nest egg? Well, certainly that's something you would want. And so by telling them it's not mine, it's my daughter's, that seems like a very good solution. Wrong. I mean, how's that a good thing? It's not the truth. So the good news is, and this is true. Now, understand this. This is true of most legal things, most benefit type situations. There are ways to accomplish what you want to accomplish. There are ways to do these things that don't involve fraud or breaking the law or anything else. Even if your name is begins with TR and ends with UMP, there are things that you can do and they still can't hang bogus nonsense on you, even if they want to, because you follow the rules. Now they may make up new rules to come after you, but that's kind of limited. So, there are things that you can do in order to get the benefits to which you are entitled, right? And do it without sacrificing this. And as I mentioned in the one thing to do if you're totally, completely at wit's end, right? You haven't done anything, nothing's in place, what have you. Okay, fine. So we go to court and we create what's called a Medicaid payback trust, or sometimes they call it D4A trust. And there's D4A and D4C and all the rest. D4C is if it's a third party setting it up for your benefit, which more on which later. But the point is that even when you get the notice, oh my goodness, I'm going to get 30,000, it's going to knock me off all my benefits. The money will be gone in a heartbeat because now I got to pay for all the stuff I'm getting benefits for, and then I'll be left with absolutely zero, nothing. That's the situation. Now you can go to court and save that money. Okay, that's doable. That can be done. Now when you die, then we got to pay the money back to you got to pay the money back to the state to any extent. Anything that's left over is going to go back to the state to pay off your Medicaid. So what's your incentive then is to get the money spent, right? All right, but at least you've got this nest egg in the meantime, and that's the point. Now, there's another way to do this without going to court. It's called a pooled trust, and this is where everybody throws their money in. Now, it can get a little bit hairy. There's a case they just saw it reported last week where the guys who took the money played games with it, right? And now they're all going to prison, apparently. So that was bad. So you get fraud everywhere. But most of these pooled trusts are really a godsend because the idea with the pooled trust, it's generally set up by a nonprofit or a charity, and what happens is everybody kicks. So instead of everybody going to court, and for $30,000, it's going to cost you a third of that to get this trust set up and everything. It's going to be very expensive, too expensive, perhaps. And you say, well, would I rather have 20,000 or nothing? I guess I'd rather have 20,000. Okay, well then it could make sense, right? But the pooled fund is even better, is much better because the nonprofit sets it up. All right. Now you can't have a family member in charge, cannot have a family member in charge. You have to have the charity is willing to take the money out of the pooled fund and pay it to you. But when you die, the money goes to that nonprofit, goes to that charity instead of back to the government. And it's much less expensive to get in. So you do have options. If you're on benefits and you're getting an inheritance, you don't have to just turn it over. You don't have to lose it. It can be a nest egg. It can be that support for you, but do it right. Don't just put your kid's name on it. That's bogus. That will get you in trouble.